Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's GTA 5 Online video, of course, it is Tuesday, which means tomorrow on Wednesday, Rockstar will be previewing the next and upcoming GTA Online weekly update news and information early. The update changes actually go live and take effect in-game early Thursday morning. If you're in the US, they go into effect about 4 a.m. Central Time in the US on Thursday. Convert that to your local time zone to find the time when the update goes live for you. But with that being said, on Tuesday, I like to give you guys a reminder and a refresher on all the opportunities that are expiring for the current week, in case you're just getting back into the game. In case you've missed the weekly update, you don't have to go all the way back on my channel to find a new video. This is just to get the news right in front of your face so that you don't have to do any searching or really any thinking on your part either, and you can just see what opportunities you want to take advantage of, whether it's the money bonuses and discounts, which are going away in a very short and limited time, or some of the rare and removed vehicles that are featured back. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's jump in. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport, you could see all of the vehicles that we have featured here at this dealership for the week. So I guess we'll start off on the opposite way that I did when we actually introduced the weekly update last Thursday. This here is the Vapid Peyote Gasser. I really like the style of this vehicle personally. I'm not the biggest fan of Gassers in general, but I do find this to be a good looking vehicle. It also has good acceleration in a straight line because it is a Gasser, but with that being said, it's got awful handling. You get probably the most insane understeer I've ever seen in a vehicle, so you can't really take a corner with this. So obviously, if you're looking for like great handling performance and stuff like that, this isn't really a purchase that I would advise one to make. If you want something that's sort of similar to this, get the BF Weevil and then bring it to Benny's, turn it into the BF Weevil Custom. That car is still going to be faster in a straight line. It's one of the fastest land vehicles, non-HSW land vehicles, I should say, and also it just handles better than this. But if you just want the Gasser just because of the fact that it is the Peyote Gasser, then of course you can get it, and you can get it for $824,380, which I think you can get a lot better cars for that same price point. The Ennis Minimus, it's a Nissan Maxima. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on here, we also have the Lampadati Fura GT. This car has a very high top speed, especially in the sports class and category for like an OG vehicle. Behind, you know, the Cheetah, behind the NDXF, behind the Adder, this was one of the faster cars in the game at launch. Not the best acceleration, really just average. It's acceptable, I should say. I don't want to say average because that almost sounds bad at this point in the game's life cycle. Also isn't the best at taking a corner, and it's kind of unstable at high speeds, but it's got good damage resilience, I think. Braking's also not that great, and so if you do want to get this vehicle, you can pick this one up for $448,000. The classy Walton L35 stock is based on an older Chevy S10, and this is a fun and capable vehicle in this game. Not as good as the normal L35 because that's super good at off-roading, but if you just want the stock truck variant with not oversized wheels, these are the most stock and basic wheels you can ever get, non-lifted suspension, all that, you know, they're kind of hockey puck tires for the most part. Either way, at this vehicle's price point of $1,324,000, I really don't think it's that worth it, but it's also different from the normal L35 because you don't have those big tires, so they're not as vulnerable to gunfire if you somehow just haven't purchased bulletproof tires for it, and it's not jacked up so high in the air with the lift kit that you're not going to flip over if you take a corner really sharply. This car will actually get itself around a corner, and it's nice. And if you still put off-road wheels on it, it actually still turns into a decent off-roader. You just don't get the Walton L35 normal, like, super high ground clearance. And then the Grotti LSCM Cheetah Classic, the wide-body Cheetah Classic that, yeah, comes with the wide-body kit, doesn't really come with any other customization. You can change the paint, but you can't do anything to this car like you can with the normal Cheetah Classic. So you're paying a bunch of money for a wide-body kit, and that's about it. Performance isn't really that great. In fact, actually, it's a little bit slower around the track compared to the normal Cheetah Classic, funny enough. It has different handling traits. It's not completely worldly different. It's not like you're driving a totally different car. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's that, but it is technically worse. Like if you had the perfect lap time in a Cheetah Classic and then you also set a perfect lap time in this wide body Cheetah Classic, this would have the slower lap time of the two. And honestly, at almost $2 million, it should have more customization options. But it does come with a missile lock-on jammer by default, so that is pretty decent right there. And that's like, what, a $400,000 purchase price that you're getting included with the car? When it comes to the test drive vehicles at the LS Car Meet, let's talk about these bikes first, because we have two ones here that are rare and removed from the game. So on the right is the Western Damon. This bike has similar performance to the Wolfsbane if you've ridden that around. Top speed is pretty much average here. It's 102 miles an hour, so it's not that fast, but it's got good acceleration, Again, you can see it's not a dirt bike, but if you take it off-road, it's actually really good. So that's why I actually like driving it around and riding it around in this game. You can maintain nice, good control. You don't really get wheel spin, and it's just like a versatile bike to just cruise around with. Purchase price, $145,000. Next up, this is the Western Rat bike, and I hate to compare it again to the Wolfsbane, but this bike is very similar in that regard as well. This is actually based on the Harley-Davidson KKF14, but picture that bike super weathered and rusted out, and that's what you're getting here. Sort of like a Mad Max style bike in a sense. Top speed is pretty quick, 124 miles an hour. Maneuverability is going to be worse than the Damon, but it's not terrible. It's just kind of average, really nothing good or bad about it. It also has a super loud engine, which I like, and if you want rugged aesthetics on a bike, almost like you're riding around on an old bike in Days Gone or something, it would actually be pretty cool to get a rusted out bike in Days Gone for Deacon to use. But either way, we have this, and if you want to get this bike, $48,000. Next up, the Declasse Vamos. This is a super stylish muscle car right here. But if you're sort of a muscle car enthusiast that wants good performance over just style or a mixture of both, I don't really find anything performance-wise with this vehicle that's that great, to be honest. Like, it has a super high tendency to spin out. You get a lot of wheel spin, so that's also why you crash. It's hard to maintain control, at least I find it to be maintaining control with this vehicle compared to other muscle cars. So if you want to drive aggressively in this game, which is just typically the default way you drive a car in GTA Online, you just can't really do it with this vehicle in particular. So if you want to buy it though, it is going to run you $596,000. If you own a police vehicle in GTA Online, of course, you could take part in the dispatch work, which is still paying out double money and double RP for this week. So that's $50,000 in less than 5 minutes right there. The missions only take you 3 or 4 minutes max. The cooldown is 1 minute in between missions. Many of them you can get done in less than 2 minutes, to be honest, if they're in the city and you fly there really fast. You just need to start them by owning a police vehicle and initiating them from the police computer and police radio inside of your police vehicle. You don't need to use it for the rest of this mission, but it's kind of not worth juggling around 2 vehicles because you have to keep calling the police car back to start up a new one. But if you just want to use your Sparrow or something to get around, that definitely is a good addition right there to make $50,000. You know, you can get done with at least 12 of these in an hour, so that's $600,000 for the rest of this weekly event if you want to grind that. Now let's head inside of Higgins Helicopter Tours just to show you we also have double money and double RP on the money laundering operations for this specific business. Last week we had them on the car wash. This week it's Higgins Heli Tours, so you're making $70,000 a mission with double money, or if you have GTA Plus, you're getting 4 times money. That's $140,000 a mission. I have a full money guide if you guys want to check that out on my channel. This video is just to remind you of the opportunities. We also have Junk Energy Skydives, Flight School, as well as Juggernaut if you want to participate in those game modes and those activities. Those are paying out double money and double RP as well. The weekly challenge for a $200,000 bonus plus the hands-on car wash overalls is completing 3 safeguard deliveries. We got these new safeguarding activities where you have to basically drive a stockade to a destination. You make between $17,500 and $18,500 from these, with the group sex activity, you know, origin point right here where you deliver that stockade, or you deliver the Bobcat security stockade to a destination, and you can also make money with this. You make less than $20,000 with both. There's not a money bonus on these, but 3 of these deliveries, whether it's 3 from here or 3 from here, or 1 and 2, whatever you want to do, you will get the $200,000 weekly challenge bonus. And if you own a hangar and you speak to Rooster at your hangar, he is guaranteed to source 2 crates for you instead of sourcing just 1. Sometimes, you know, it is RNG overall, so sometimes he would bring back 2, or sometimes, rarely even 3, but this week it's been guaranteed he'll bring you 2 at a minimum. So instead of paying $50,000 for 2 crates in the absolute unoptimal worst way and just the worst RNG you're paying $25,000 and getting 2 random crates of hangar cargo guaranteed, which is nice if you own the helicopter business because you're also getting a 10% boost on all sale values and sale missions at your hangar anyway. Just a quick refresher and reminder on our discounts for the week. If you guys don't own any sort of normal hangar in game, you can get all hangars, whether it's the Fort Zancudo hangars or even the ones down at LSIA, although honestly I recommend Fort Zancudo anyway. You can get these for 30% off. Air freight hangar cargo is definitely a great business in today's GTA Online money making meta. It's not absolute top tier, but it's still really good, and considering you can just use Rooster McCraw as a hangar warehouse tech, just like you can passively source cargo through your special cargo warehouse techs, it's good for making money, because if you're not sourcing hangar crates manually, you can still make a lot of money with the business by just setting your spawn location here, having Rooster going out sourcing crates for you, and then you can eventually sell those when your business is filled up. Of course, you don't have choice over the cargo type, but who cares when you still never had to spend any time going out to source a single crate for you. It's just for players who want to make money with a business that they otherwise wouldn't be actively playing anyway. Next, the Mackenzie Airfield Hangar is also a business that's 30% off this week. This will give you access, one, to more aircraft storage, but it'll also bring you the ability to do the Oscar Guzman Flies Again storyline that pays you out $500,000 on normal or $750,000 on hard mode, and you can do it in less than an hour. For our vehicle discounts, in the 30% off category, we have a sale on the Buckingham Maverick. You can get it for $546,000. Everything else for the rest of this week is going to be 40% off. So let's just talk about those. We have the Benefactor SM722 you can get for $1.269 million. The Benefactor LM87 for $1.749 million. This is worth picking up. We also have the Pfister Comet S2 for $845K. It's a great Porsche. It doesn't really handle like a Porsche would IRL because it is a little bit slippery in this game. You know, Porsches have no oversteer IRL. They stay firmly planted to the ground. That's just how they're engineered, and that's just not how the Comet S2 is in this game. That being said, great exhaust note, love the style. It's styled perfectly. It's like a one-to-one recreation, and I just love it so much. Next up, we also have discounts on the Dinka Jester Classic. You can get it for $474,000. The Pegassi Torero, which is now available on in-game websites for you to purchase. It used to be rare and removed. You can get it for $598K. The Dubachi Wagner for $921,000. This is absolutely worth picking up as well. Definitely a top 10 supercar in GTA Online. The Progen Tyrus, probably a top 25 supercar in the game, top 30. You can get it for $1.53 million. This used to be rare and removed. Now it's back on websites permanently for purchase. The Pfister 811, also a really good supercar, one of the fastest supercars in the game. Handling isn't exceptional, but it gets the job done. $681,000, so it's super cheap this week. The Declasse Tahoma Coupe, not definitely a meta muscle car, but it is a cool style. I like it. $900K purchase price. Dinka Conjo SJ for $616,000. There should be no situation where a Honda Civic costs $1 million or even over $500,000, but here we are. I wouldn't recommend buying it though. And then the Ubermacht Reinhardt is also on sale here. You can get it for under $1 million at $958,000. It's a BMW station wagon, so it's a little bit more unique because we don't really get that many Ubermacht vehicles nowadays. That being said, we did get the Ubermacht Sentinel GTS with the Money Fronts update, but it's been a while. I think this was the last Ubermacht vehicle we saw in the game before the Sentinel GTS, and this is from the Criminal Enterprises update, which was 3 summers ago. That's crazy. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your podium vehicle that you have a couple days left to take advantage of is the Vicer Neo. And this vehicle, if I can compare it to any car in the game, probably would be the Grotti Itali GTO. The Itali GTO kicks this car's butt, but the Neo does offer really good acceleration, just like the GTO. This car actually is all-wheel drive, so it's pretty stable. It's got good traction, got good control, all that. The cornering capabilities in terms of speed, though, can you go around a corner super fast? Not necessarily. And it also is a little bit bouncier than it needs to be just because it has an advanced handling flag that makes the suspension super springy. So I don't mean to compare it to the Itali GTO and the fact that it's good. I'm actually trying to say all the worst traits of the Itali GTO are present in this vehicle, if that makes sense, and it drives similar in that aspect. So let's spin the lucky wheel, see if we can unlock it. Again, because, you know, every time we have a claimable salvage art vehicle, we get the Vicer Neo, and now it's here on the podium as well, so I'm on the hunt to fill up an entire 10-car garage with Vicer Neos at this point, through podium vehicles and salvage arts, but we're not going to get that. We're just going to get 20 grand, which I will take, because I actually don't want a 7th Neo at this point. At the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for the rest of this weekly event is this Coil Raiden we see right here. And in order to unlock it, if you guys want to get it for $0, the prize ride challenge that you need to complete is just placing top 5 for 3 days in a row in LS Car Meet Series races. So if you guys are watching this on Tuesday, you still technically have a little bit of time left to get it. You need to make sure you do it the day for Tuesday, make sure you do it on Wednesday, and complete the last day for the prize ride challenge early Thursday morning before the weekly event lapses into the new one. Now, this car is obviously electric. It's based on a Tesla, but in terms of performance, you got fast acceleration, again, because of it being electric and having that electric powertrain. Good enough handling, but the big problem with it is even with armor upgrades, this thing crumples like a piece of tinfoil. It's got super low durability, so if you're aggressively driving around and you crash, your performance is over because the wheels are going to get all bent up and the drivetrain is going to get messed up, and it's just not that great. But you can get it for $0, and if you're a player who likes getting free vehicles, the prize ride for the week is definitely the place to do it. At the salvage yard for the rest of this weekly event, we do have these 3 stealable vehicles. None of them are claimable, unfortunately, but if you still want to make money off of the salvage yard vehicle robberies, the Grotti GT500 is a mid-range vehicle for the week that you could steal as part of the podium robbery. The Anis Urus is featured here as a mid-range vehicle in the gangbanger robbery, and then the Obey Omnis EGT is a top-range vehicle featured in the cargo ship robbery for the rest of this weekly update. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection, you can see we have the precision rifle featured here. This is 50% off. It's really not worth buying, though. You can't attach a scope. It's like 3 shots to kill a normal NPC with body shots. It's just such a dumb weapon. If it was a 2-shot kill or even just 1 shot and had a scope, it would be worth it, but it's not at this point. And this sniper, if it did come with some scope options, it would look really sick, but so far it looks kind of out of place and silly. The stun gun is also going to be 40% off just for GTA Plus members only. The service carbine is featured here. Yes, you can build this weapon for free by collecting 5 weapon parts, but I would just buy it. The M16 is awesome. It's one of the best sounding weapons in the game. We also have the marksman rifle featured here. Great DMR. We have the flare gun as well as the pool cue. The flare gun could actually help when you're getting chased by NPCs and helicopters and stuff like that too. Keep that in mind. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We're going to be wrapping things up right here. So if you guys did go on to enjoy, make sure you drop a like on it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And you want to see more GTA Online content like this, also make sure to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for daily GTA Online money grinding and money farming live streams. I upload daily YouTube shorts and TikToks as well for short form, rapid fire GTA Online tips, tricks, news, updates, and more. That is the worst crash I've ever had with the Fister 811. We're going to call it right here. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.